have to look up this targum. You show me.
6th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay. Okay, we are back. Welcome back. Abakama. Welcome back, Roy. Welcome back, Lou.
Thank you, Rabbi.
I was muted. Thank you.
Okay, we are. Let's see. Where did we get to over here? Hmm.
I think we're talking about pits and trenches.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
Good morning again, Alan.
Good morning.
I think we're at Tashma, which is
One on the upper left or a different one? There's two of them. One in the left
I think
column,
it's
one in the
on
right column.
91A2 on the upper left. I'm trying to find it in the Gemora.
I've got it here.
Yeah.
Upper left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's the last
one.
part on the line, the second to the last narrow line.
Abbreviation,
Yeah,
an abbreviation.
Abbreviation? Where's an abbreviation?
in the Gemora it says tet. I'm saying tough quote shin.
Oh, tough shin. Right. Toshma. Right. Okay, so yeah, so we I don't remember actually whether we finished the first Toshma. Did we finish the first Toshma?
I don't remember either. I think we might have, because I remember we were discussing the 10 tfachim and the 1 to 9 tfachim. The low to the high.
Right.
So I think maybe we did finish the first one.
Yeah, the first one is, it's up top there. Yeah, we finished that one. And I think we're into,
Okay.
I think we should probably, if we're not so sure about it, it might be an idea to very, very quickly reread it. Without sort of going into it, just to reread it.
Okay. So maybe I'll just read it very quickly and
We'll just summarize it.
I will just summarize it. Okay, so remember the question of the Gemara. We'll just go in a few points. The first point is that the Gemara had a question. Is there a requirement for the Bezdin to make an evaluation of the weapon that does the damage, that whether it was capable of doing the damage that the victim suffered? So so the Gemara brings the proof from the Mishnah about a boar, and the proof is that when the Mishnah talks about Nezikin, it says that if the boar is less than 10 tefachim, so he'll be liable.
Rabbi, you're frozen in case you can hear us.
Oh,
If the animal is mace, so then he'll be potter.
Yeah.
Rabbi, we lost us. We lost a sentence.
he's back
Oh.
now.
We froze for about 5 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about the Mishnah. The Mishnah says that if the boar is capable of causing death, that is 10 tefachim, so then the person would be liable. The digger would be liable for causing the death of the animal. Phil keeps trying to get in, but I don't know what's going on. He's not getting in. Oh, here he comes. Maybe I didn't press the button properly. I don't know. Okay, here comes Phil. Welcome to Phil. Okay, so
Okay, I'm off mute now, I think. Can you hear
oh
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
yeah, we can hear you. Sorry about that trouble about getting in. I saw a few times you tried to get in, and I clicked. I don't know why
Yeah,
you
well,
didn't
you
come
had
in.
It like disappeared if you didn't click on time. That was the problem. 'Cause it
Oh,
loses the connection only for a few minutes, and then it doesn't. It's a problem. It's too late. Okay, I'm in now.
okay, very good.
No picture yet.
We're glad that you're back.
He's on the phone.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm on a phone here and I'm driving away. I hear you. Okay, go ahead.
oh, okay. Wow, very good. So if the boar is less than 10, so then we said, didn't want to spend so much time on this. Okay, so we said basically that we have a proof that if the boar is less than 10, it says that he pays for the nezek, and we said what that means. What that must mean is that whatever depth that the boar is, whether it's 9.5, whether it's even 1 tefach, if it's even if it's 1 tefach is deep of a boar, is capable of causing some type of damage. So we will therefore attribute the falling of the animal into that boar that was 1 tefach, and the one that dug the boar will be liable to pay, because that's the way we understood the words of the Mishnah when it says if it's less than 10, so then he's liable. So the Gemora answered, no, that's not the way to learn the Mishnah. Don't learn the Mishnah like that. When it says less than 10, it means if it's a little bit less than 10. But in fact, there is a requirement to make an evaluation to see whether the boar was capable of causing the damage that the animal actually did suffer. So at the end of the day, we don't have any proof that you don't need to make an evaluation one way or the other. So now we're going to go to the next proof. Okay, so we did it.
thank
Now we
you.
go to the next Toshma. And over here, this is the language of the Toshma, the second Toshma. Hiko al enoi, al simoi, visimo. Hiko al eno visimo. This can be found. This could be found This is a little bit tricky. I was looking for the tough shin, but there's no tough shin. Here, the Gemara spells it out, Toshma. So this is in the first word in the line is Bay Ba'inan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, middle lines down from the spread. Where the spread starts, 7 lines down from the spread, and then it says Toshma. Not an abbreviation, it spells out the words Toshma. Toshma hiko al enoi besimoi. Roy, do you have the place?
No, I'm looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I think I went past it.
What was the first word on the line again? Base or?
Bay Ba'inan.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's right. Toshima. There it is. Right next to it. Okay.
Okay. Would you like to start the reading for us today?
I can't find it on the.
You're looking on the art scroll?
Where is it on the translated page?
We have a request for
Okay.
the,
I've got it. Got it. Right.
Got it?
And in each and every case require an impact strong enough for that property to be damaged through it. Right. Now, the Gemara attempts another resolution. And here's this next Toshima. Come and learn a proof from the Brisa. Akohu el anu v'simon. If if a master struck his slave upon his eye and blinded him, al azanu v'chayrasho, or upon his ear and deafened him, blinded him or deafened him, the master. Eved yotze bahen lirutz. The slave goes out to freedom on account of these actions. Beneged ano v'aino ra'eh. If, however, the master struck a wall opposite his slave's eye, if the master struck a wall opposite his slave's eye and the slave no longer sees, keneged azano v'aino shama maya, or opposite his ear and he no longer hears, ein eved yotze bahen lehiarutz. The slave does not go out to freedom on account of these actions. These are sort of all right. May ta'ama. Now, what's the reason for this last ruling of the Brisa? La'u mashum divinan umadana. Is it not because we require an assessment and we assume that a blow to the wall should not have blinded or deafened a slave? Shamama amina yesh almadozna nazokin, and accordingly we can derive from this brisa that there is an assessment performed for damages.
good. Okay.
Damages, all right.
Just looking to see if we have a Rashi to read. idea. Yeah, we have a Rashi over here. Keneged Enoi. It's right across from the Gillian Chas.
Neged Anon. Opposite his eye. Hakahu bechotal Keneged Ayin shel zeh. He struck. I don't know what kahutal is.
Kosel.
Oh, kosel. He struck the wall opposite the eye of this one.
Right. So Shimon gave a hard clap on the wall, which was right in front of where Shimon was standing, and Shimon right opposite his eye, and lo and behold, that we see that Shimon his eye has been blinded. So that's what happened. We see one knocks on the wall, right opposite the person's eye, and the eye became blinded, seemingly right at that time, as far as we could tell. So what does the Mishnah say over there, or the Brisa says over there? This is the Brisa in Kedushin, Chaf Daled Amid Beis. And the Brisa says that that the Eved does not go out lecherus. The Eved does not go out to cherus. It doesn't go free in such a case. Only in the first two cases where the master actually did strike the eye or the ear, and the eye was blinded and the ear couldn't hear, then he goes out lecherus. But if he hits against the wall, the master, even though the Eved also suffered the same fate, he doesn't go out lecherus. So why is that? Let's see the next Rashi. The be'inin umdana.
The be'inin umdana. Let's see, where is that?
Opposite the Gillian Chas.
Right. What does it mean? The be'inan umdana. The matter of
The be'inan, that we need umdana. We need evaluation.
Valuation. Okay. Ubahachi lo boye leis to muye ella masle have de asra lay. And in this case, we don't need astamuye is an evaluation
to cause him to become blind.
Oh, we don't need, we only need cause him to become blind. What's Masleh?
It's mazel. He didn't have a Elamazlehu Israel.
but it's his mazel. The Isra, what's the Isra?
From the word Ra. His mazel was not good.
So in other words, what we're saying is it's not that he became blind because of the pounding on the wall. It's because he has bad luck.
Yeah. And it's not luck. It's mazel is that's his lot. That was his lot. That was his fate.
He had bad fate.
That was what was decreed for him. That was what was decreed for him. That was that's his decree. Like we say that we're not saying that he did anything wrong. Rashi says it's his mazel. Right? Some people but the point over here is that the Bezdin has made an umdina. The Bezdin has made an evaluation. It made an appraisal of the situation, and they determined that for one person to hit the wall and the other person to become blind, they cannot say that the fact that this person hit the wall was the cause of that person becoming blind. That's not that's not what that doesn't look like cause and effect. That cannot be regarded as that. We can't say that the reason we can't link the person's hitting the wall to the other person becoming blind. That's what they're and that would be the reason why. That will be the reason why the Brisa says that the Eved does not go free in this case. Why did it? So how did it happen? If you want to know, so how did it happen then? How did it happen? The Rashi says it was his mazel. It was his mazel that he should become blind. It just happened to be that it coincided at exactly the same time that this person gave a knock to this wall. But what was the cause that he became blind? It was his mazel. We cannot. The Bezdin is not prepared to say that based upon the testimony that they have heard, and with their evaluation and appraisal of the situation, that the Eved became blind because the master struck the wall that was right opposite his eye. Okay. Now that's one case over here from what the Mishnah said from the Brisa. But there's another case. The other case is that the Eved, his eye, not his eye, but his ear. There was a strike of the wall right next to his ear, and his ear was blinded. His ear was not blinded. His ear was made. He was made a cherish. Cherish is someone that cannot hear. So, also in that case as well, Rashi doesn't say anything about the case of the ear, but the Gemora says that this is a proof that we need to make an umdana.
So do we apply this to other cases where there's something happens outside of the physical person, and the physical person is harmed?
What's the case?
Person. So if something happens nearby a person, and we notice then that the person has suffered something, but we can't attribute it to what happened nearby him. For example, if somebody gave a scream, or if fired a gun near his ear, or something like that, it was not directly touching, touching the person.
Right.
So, and I'm not just, and that the ear and the sight is just an example. For example, he might have lost the use of his arm for some, because of a shout. Not because of, but there was a shout and he lost the use of his arm.
Right.
I mean, it's not likely that would be a connection, just as it's not likely to be a connection between the ear and the banging of the wall, or the eye and the banging of the wall.
Right. I don't remember where it was, but I think we did have didn't we have a Mishnah like this?
Groma, isn't it?
Ozen.
I don't know. This is a case of Groma. It could be a case of Groma, but it's not.
Okay, so you're asking, what about, isn't it a Groma? Isn't it a Groma? Oh, that's a good question. We had the Mishnah on the bottom of 90a. The Mishnah, if you take a look on the bottom of 90a, we had a Mishnah, Tokea Lechavero.
90a.
Oh, actually, over there, he did touch him. That was something else. Those are all cases where he touched him.
The Yankees have moved his cloak from him, bared the head of a woman in a marketplace.
Okay, so that's not
Boxes here.
really.
The division of honor.
Yeah. So, okay, we have to take a look. I don't recall offhand what the din would be in that case. I don't know why. See, over here, we're not really saying that. We're not really saying here, this Gemora, this Gemara is not saying that it's that the reason that he's exempt is because it's indirect damage.
Right, yes, yes.
The Gemara is saying because this proves that we make that the Bezdin makes an evaluation, an appraisal,
Uh-huh.
and the nature of the appraisal is that we say was the act that was done, was it capable of causing the damage that it caused?
Mhm.
And over here, the Gemara is suggesting at this point of the Gemara, when we're bringing a Toshma, that's the reason why it says that the Eved goes free. It does not go free in these cases. That's why the Eved doesn't go free. Let's take a look. We have any time? Yeah, we have time. Let's take a look and see what the Gemara answers over here, because the Gemara is going to reject this proof. See how the Gemara answers the proof. So the Gemara answers low. Alan, you want to read? This is
3, 6.
The last paragraph on the right-hand column of 91A2.
The Gemara rejects the proof, right?
Right.
The Gemara rejects proof. Low, no. Mishum. Who for cease. Nafshis so no, low. The reason the slave does not go free, because we say that we say that it is he who sent himself into shock. Out of Nisra, as it was taught in the Brisa, one who startles his fellow, thereby introduces shock and results in injury. Our knee is exempt under the laws of man. But is liable under the laws of heaven. Kisa, how is it so? No, no, if he shouted into one another's ear and deafened him, Putter is exempt from liability under the laws of man. We know the hero of show, but if he grabbed him and Ella more if a non of no saw the gray shed evidently Shimon Timnus holds that we need assessment of the court before we can require someone to pay for the damage. Muhu Kitar Mar Dinor Noah Hence, regarding this ox of the Brisa, since it was sentenced to death, though Esher, no, the manor, the grave, we do not keep it alive, i.e. delay execution for the sake of the one who for the sake of performing a court assessment below the name the so as not to delay its judgment, since we cannot assess the ox, its owner cannot be made to pay for damage.
Okay, good. So this is directed right at Roy's question. The Gemora is rejecting the suggestion that we have a proof that we need to do an evaluation, because the reason why there's an exemption over there is because we say that the victim did it to himself. The victim he scared himself from the sound of the noise that was made by the master. And that's the reason why he's potter. So and in that case, so therefore there's no need for an evaluation. Doesn't prove that we made an evaluation in order to exempt him.
Wouldn't we have to find some proof that there's a connection between the two events, the noise and the deafness, or the noise and the blindness, whatever? Just because they happen simultaneously doesn't mean that they're connected.
Right. Let's see, there's no Rashi over here. There's no Rashi.
It seems to be accepted that there is a connection because they're simultaneous, or one follows the other.
Yeah, it's not I agree with you, not so clear to me. So how do we understand this? In other words, how do we know that how do we know to explain that the reason this happened to the Eved is because he obviously must have scared himself? Why is that? How do we know that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You'd have to be thinking very, very quickly, because when that noise happened, he wouldn't be expecting it. And so as soon as it happened, he must think, that's going to make me go blind, or something like that. Who would think that? How would it proceed? What would the steps be? Conscious and subconscious and whatever.
Well, so you're assuming that the reason that we say he did it to himself, we mean to say that he had to have thought about it for a moment and then become scared.
Yes, if
he wouldn't be able to get scared. He wouldn't be able to get scared in time to be blinded. After that, the sound is already gone.
No, if the sound truly did make him go blind, it would have happened immediately afterwards, and he wouldn't have thought anything. He wouldn't have had time to think anything. It just would have happened, and that's the result. But if he
That could happen without any kind of a thought process. If
yes,
you-
but in
ever
this
been
case,
scared?
yeah. Well, I mean, I can if I you know, bang a paper bag behind you without you noticing, you could have a heart attack.
Right, and it wouldn't be a thought process. It would be a.
No, you wouldn't have thought, I'm going to have a heart attack now. Let's
Right.
have a heart attack.
Right. I've had it happen where, you know, I get scared, you know, somebody says hello to me and I, you know, was not expecting it. And I go, ah, and, you know, I feel like a feeling in my stomach. There's like
Yeah.
a hormone gets secreted. It all happens like that. I don't think about it.
No.
So it's just a sort of like almost an involuntary response.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who engineer hurt to themselves in order to sue, but even such a person wouldn't have enough time or power to decide that they're going to be blinded or deafened by this noise that just happened now.
It's 12:31.
Okay, very good. So
Maybe
everybody
we-
have a good day.
Right. And I'm thinking maybe we're not meant to worry about that side of it because of the illustration that it gives.
All right, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Hope to see you, Phil. And not just your name.
Yeah, okay, Phil, have a safe ride.
He's what do you call
Thanks
it?
for tuning in.
He's muted. Thank you, Rabbi.